Hi, this is Zach with mycodeteacher.com. Today we're going to learn how to install AdMob Ads. This will help you monetize your applications. Basically how AdMob Ads work is you start inputting descriptions about your applications on the AdMob webpage, and they will show ads that are relevant to your description on your iPhone application. So when you have customers who download your application, if they tap one of the ads, it'll bring up Safari or a web view or something in turn when you click on that ad, and you'll get paid for every time someone taps on that ad. It's actually pretty easy to install. What you need to do, however, is you need to make an account on AdMob.com. After you make an account on AdMob.com, you can go ahead and add your iPhone application to their website and download their SDK and install the ads on your iPhone. I'm going to go ahead and open up Firefox here. Once you have your account, you want to navigate to the Sites and Apps tab, and then we're going to go ahead and click on this Add Site/App button. This is going to help us add our application to the list. So go ahead and click on iPhone app, and it brings down the details category here. So we're going to go ahead and type in our app name. I'm just going to call this My Code Teacher. You, of course, would name it whatever your application is. And I'm going to go ahead and select a category and say Business. And you type in descriptions here. Now make sure your description is relevant, of course, to what your app is, and they will display relevant ads, hopefully. So here's the app description. I'm just going to say this is a test description. And you can choose a theme. Now let's say our theme is red. I of course want red, a red banner to show, so I'm going to select that. Now you can also have the option to choose the custom radio check here, in which case you would need to insert 6 digits or a combination of numbers and letters to make a specific color. Now if you're not familiar with the HTML color wheel, it's basically a way to find any color that you want, and it'll give you the 6-digit, or I'm sorry, type in HTML color wheel, and you can see here it shows a rainbow, and you can go ahead and move your mouse over and it'll adjust the color as you see below. And when you find a color you like, and that's the color that you want for your ad, just copy the number you see here. So for example, web safe 3300cc, web smart, or unsafe. I believe that you don't need to worry about the web safe, the web smart, or the unsafe. Just go ahead and choose any color that you see. You can see the specific columns and the difference in color when you move your mouse over. So choose the number that you like, and AdMob should adjust accordingly. So you would plug the number in right here for the background, and then a color for the text, and it would adjust. But for now, I'm just going to make it easy and choose a red theme. Now you do want to select the checkbox if your app uses location information. In this case, ours doesn't, so I'm going to leave that blank. Click continue, and your app should bring you now to the installation page. Now I'm going to repeat this. Make sure you pay attention because this is really important. You need to download the AdMob SDK every single time for every single app, and this is because AdMob automatically inserts your publisher ID. It gives you a different publisher ID for each application that you install ads on. So for example, if I use the same SDK folder that I download right now in another app, my ads will not show up. This is really important. So you need to make sure that you download the SDK every single time, or if you want to change it manually in the code, you can get your publisher ID from the Sites and Apps section on your specific app, and then just cut the old publisher ID out and replace it with the new. So I find it easier to download the SDK every single time and include that folder with my project, so that it's included in every single one. So go ahead and save the SDK here to the file, and when it's on your desktop, go ahead and extract the folder. And now you can see we have a bunch of the little directories here that we're going to be working with, specifically today the AdMob directory and the IB support. Now we're going to be working with the IB support directory because we're going to be installing our ads via the interface builder. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up this README file here, and I'm basically going to walk you through this. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we include all of our specific libraries, and then we're going to open up Interface Builder. So make sure your README is open, and then I'm going to go ahead and start a new project here. So go ahead and click Xcode. So go ahead and click Xcode here. Go to File, New Project, View-Based Application. and I'm just going to call this AdMob test. Now I've already worked on this project before, so I'm going to replace my old one. Alright, now a lot of people have trouble installing their ads on the simulator. Seeing as the simulator doesn't really matter, because in the end it's the device that matters, we're going to just work with the device today. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the AdMob subdirectory here, and we're going to include all of these files except the lib AdMob simulator. So we're going to include the first three, drag them in. I'm going to put it under my classes group here, and make sure you check copy items into destinations group folder if needed. And we're also going to add in all of the IB support files into the classes group. So I'm going to drag these in right here, make sure the box is checked, click add, and so that should be all that we need here in the file. Now if you come down here, there's three different ways to implement, and like I said, we're going to go ahead and use the interface builder. If there's another way that you want to implement it, for example, if you need it to be installed onto a table view, or another specific way, you would go ahead and check out the different implementation ways in this README, but I'm going to walk you through the interface builder way right now. But before we can do that, like I said before, we need to add in specific frameworks or libraries, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the core location, core graphics, quartz core, address book, etc. as specified right here at step number 2. So go ahead and right click on your frameworks folder here, go to add existing frameworks, and I'm going to choose core location, core graphics, quartz core, scroll down and add that, the address book, the audio toolbox, the media player, and that should be it. So go ahead and click add, and now we have all of the required frameworks in here. And now all that we need to do is we need to open up our interface builder project here, and that should be under resources. Go ahead and click AdMob Test View Controller, and what we're going to do is we're going to drag in an object, and we're going to tie that object with the Add View Controller. So go ahead and go to Tools, Inspector, and also Tools, Library. I'm going to come up here, look for the object, and drag the object into our project. And once we click on the object, we're going to click on this little inspector icon right here, and we're going to set that equal to add, I believe it's Add View Controller. Let's go ahead and set that. And now in the second tab, you should have an outlet for View. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to drag in a UI view to our window, and this is going to be where the ad's going to show up. If I can find my window here, drag this in. So we'll drag in view right here, and we want to set the height and width of that view. The width should be 320 and the height should be 48, which is 1/10 of the size of the height of the window. And I usually put it down at the bottom. Some developers put it on top. It really depends on where you have room in your application, but I'm going to put this down on the bottom here, for example. And so all that we need to do now is, again, we need to click on the object, which is Add View Controller, go to the second tab, and just connect the view outlet to this UI view right here. You go ahead and save it, build, and make sure there's no errors, and there you have it. So go ahead and compile on your device now, and the application will work flawlessly. So this is going to conclude my tutorial. My name is Zach from mycodeteacher.com. Thanks for watching.